Now let's fast forward to the theatre of ancient Rome. When we think about ancient Roman entertainment, we tend to think about gladiators fighting each other and dangerous wild animals to the death, while crowds roared and cheered. But they loved their theatre too. Like the ancient Greeks, Roman theatres were large semicircular outdoor structures, and theatre took place under the stars. In ancient Rome, citizens weren't paid to go to the theatre. In fact, they actually had to pay. So the plays tended to focus a little less on moral lessons involving the gods and a little more on entertainment and bawdy comedy. Their most famous playwright was a man called Terence. Terence started his life as an African slave, but his master educated him and gave him his freedom. He is the first known playwright of colour. While Terence's plays were extremely well written and crafted, they were more down to earth than those of the ancient Greeks. They focused on the everyday relationships and trials and tribulations of everyday people at every level of society. And almost every play included a stock cast of characters or archetypes that can be found in most films and plays today. The first is the hero, the young male lead who ends up falling hopelessly in love with a girl. Then there's Virgo, the female lead character who the hero falls in love with, but there's always an obstacle that prevents them getting together. And then there's Senex, and in Roman times this would have been the father. And the Senex presents the main obstacle for the hero and Virgo getting together. He's a miserly, money-pinching man, and it's usually because the Virgo isn't rich enough. But it can be any character in the play who presents an obstacle to the two lovers. Then we have Servus, whose job it was to, serve the hero, not us. He would have been a slave in ancient Roman times, but often now in modern day settings, he's the friend. He's a cheeky comedy character who helps hero overcome the obstacles and get Virgo by the end. And then there's Miles Glorious. He's the competition. He's a braggart, somebody who's proud of their muscles and their strengths and tries to get in between hero and Virgo. Where might we find these characters in more modern day movies and theatre? Well, hero is the archetype young male lover. He's Romeo in Romeo and Juliet. He's in nearly all Shakespearean plays. He's Ross in Friends and the male lead in most sitcoms on the television. He's Simba in The Lion King, he's Shrek, he's Peter Quill in Guardians of the Galaxy, he's Aladdin, and he's every Disney hero or prince. And then we have Virgo, and she's the archetype of the female lover, so she's Juliet in Romeo and Juliet, she's Rachel in Friends, she's Nala from The Lion King, she's Princess Fiona from Shrek, she's Gamora in Guardians of the Galaxy, she's Rapunzel in Tangled, and she's every Disney princess. And then we have Senex, and in Roman times he would have been the father, but he's any character that tries to intervene and stop the lovers coming together for the wrong reasons. So we've got Scar in The Lion King, we've got Lord Farquaad, we've got Ego in Guardians of the Galaxy, we've got Gothel in Tangled, and the Sultan who wants her to marry a rich man that she doesn't love in Aladdin. And then we have Servus, and this is the cheeky comedy character, most people's favourite, and we see that as Pascal the Gecko in Tangled, the donkey in Shrek, Abu the monkey in Aladdin, we've got Pumbaa and Timon in the Giant Lion King, we've got the genie as well playing the same role in the Lion King, and Rocket in Guardians of the Galaxy. Then we have Miles Glorious. This is the braggart, the show-off, the guy with all the muscles. The more obvious competition in the rom-com movie. And we see them in many of the movies and films that we watch today. There's Maximus, the horse in Tangled. We've got the dragon in Shrek. We've got Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy. Of course, we've got Gaston in Beauty and the Beast. He's the epitome of Miles Glorious. And we've also got Iago in Aladdin. So we can see the way theatre really changed in the time of the Romans and how it shaped the theatre and the movies that we watch today.